Hi, I'm Charlotte Smith with BladingOnline.com. Thanks for joining me. I have with me today Andrew Barksdale, Public Relations Officer with the North Carolina Department of Transportation. Andrew took some time with us this afternoon to talk about the Highway 701 bridge over the Cape Fear River in Elizabethtown.
Very important, the 701 bridge project. We know there's a lot of interest in that. It's very important thoroughfare in Elizabethtown and to White Lake, and we've been working very hard trying to identify emergency plan and repair, and we've given you previous updates over the past several months. And as I indicated to you in April, the best course of action is to go ahead and replace both bridges and build a brand new bridge. There's a lot of benefits to that, as I mentioned earlier, and it's a good long-term best solution. It'll probably even reduce the risk of future flooding problems because of future hurricanes. But there is some new development. The good news is, very exciting, the Federal Highway Administration has approved our emergency plan to replace both bridges. We got word from them a few weeks ago. They said, you go ahead and do it. That works. We give them all the information. They're going to pay 80% of it. The estimated cost to build a new 4-lane bridge with some bike lanes, so to speak, and paved shoulder will be about $29 million of the estimated cost. That would include the design too, but mostly that's just construction, and the Federal Highway Administration would pay about 80% of that. So they approved it, and we'll be able to get all the permits that we need from any other agency that's necessary. Our plan is to demolish the northbound bridge this summer.
Okay.
And also do any repair, any kind of erosion repair. There's been some occasions, there's been some scour erosion, and we're going to do some repairs to that, maybe with some riprap rock and stuff to prevent future eroding. That's our plan, and we would like to issue a construction contract by September to begin building the 4-lane bridge. And as I had mentioned to you earlier in April, this would be phased construction, which means we would maintain the two-way traffic you have now on the southbound bridge. We would maintain that two-way traffic throughout the duration of the project until the new bridge is completed, and then we could have 2 lanes in each direction when it's completed. But it's going to take 2.5 years to complete the new bridge. We think it's going to be about a 2.5-year construction project once construction begins, which would not be till this September. The design, we have gotten approval the design is now underway, the design process. That's been funded to, in fact, you're going to see crews out there now. They've been out there the last few weeks, and you'll continue to see them doing surveying. It's not so much surveying about right-of-way, but surveying about where the current bridge is now and what's in the water and what's not in the water and that sort of thing, and doing geotechnical investigations. They have to do borings and all sorts of stuff. That's part of the design process, so that is underway now. Now, everything I just said is our plan, but we do not have the allocated money yet from DOT to demolish the bridge or to award a contract by September. The reason we want to wait till September is because we want to design it. So we want to actually award a contract with designs ready to go, and they can build it. So we need to design it. That is our plan, and it is subject to the final funding from DOT. And as of today, we do not have the approved funding yet to demolish the bridge, which would help kind of expedite things, and we don't have the funding for the construction contract. We're hoping to get all that worked out in the coming weeks. We don't have it yet, and we are in a budget crisis.
I saw that the revenue decline that you're speaking of due to COVID-19 has depleted the North Carolina Department of Transportation's cash reserve. Is that affecting the bridge construction and demolishing the bridge?
Yeah, Yes, ultimately the answer is yes. So we are in a budget crisis at the moment because about half of our revenue comes from the gas tax, and people are adhering to the governor's stay-at-home order, except for essential travel, and there's exceptions, journalism and getting groceries and getting your car repaired are essential services under his order. But a lot of people are working from home, and they're not traveling or going to the beach, or they haven't for the last few months. And therefore, the gas traffic is down, and the gas tax revenue is down. And we, a week ago, just last week, we announced that we had delayed several projects. Several projects that had not yet been awarded, we delayed them on the calendar from 6 to 12 months delay, typically. And we announced that a week ago. This is all related to the COVID-19. Just like the airline industry is suffering and the cruise industry is suffering and certain businesses, this is totally unprecedented. We've never gone through anything like this as far as the impact to the economy, and this was not budgeted, and we didn't foresee this coming. And so we may be down $300 million in projected and lost revenue just through June 30th, and then probably some more after June 30th. It all remains routine. Anyway, the point is, because of that, we've had to delay several projects that we haven't awarded yet, to delay the awarding of them. Projects that are already underway and were already awarded are going to continue, and we'll keep funding them. But unfortunately, we didn't get this decision to build. We finally were able to recently complete our review about what's the best plan to fix the bridge, and that is to replace it. And we now have the Federal Highway Administration approval. But we just got that kind of during the midst of the COVID-19 crisis, so there was no contract underway, and so the timing is bad. So our plan is what I just described to you, but our funding for it is in flux. We've actually had to lay off, our department laid off about 300 employees a few weeks ago. None of them were permanent employees, but they were like maybe contractors, consultants, or even employees who work full-time but are temporary, which means they get no vacation pay or no sick pay, but they still work 5 days a week. We laid off 300 employees a few weeks ago. This is just for DOT. This isn't really affecting probably other state agencies as bad. But so my point is, we're in a budget crisis at the moment, and it's totally unprecedented because of what's going on. So therefore, our plan for the 701 bridge is still contingent on getting the final funding approved for it, and we hope to get that approved by the DOT, administration, but we don't have it yet. Even though the federal government would pay 80% of the bridge, it's possible that we would pay it 100% up front and then get reimbursed, or we might be able to get some of that money. The federal government may upfront some of that money. We're still trying to figure that out. We still have to pay a match. We either pay it up front or pay 20%, and we're actually currently are not able to enter into any new contracts at the moment. We've gone below our minimum cash reserves, and as we said in our news release, according to state law, once the department falls below the cash floor or cash reserves, we can no longer enter into any new contracts of any kind, whether it be to buy supplies, to purchase orders, or to award contracts. Now, we think we'll go back above that floor. So currently, we actually cannot award a contract, say, to do the demolition work. We can't award any contract at the moment until we get the revenue back above, until we go back above. And we are optimistic and hopeful we can get the funding worked out to start moving forward on all this. It is considered an emergency plan because of the hurricane damage to it, and figure out a way to get this funded as soon as we can get everything else worked out, we would be able to award construction this fall. But we don't yet have, say, money authorized for it, but it's only May.
Is the gas tax, is that the only revenue that the North Carolina Department of Transportation receives?
No, it's our primary revenue source. About half of our revenue comes from gas tax. I think it's about 35 cents a gallon.
Do you know, is the bridge, is it going to be 2-lane like there is now, like twin bridges, or is it going to be one big?
No, I'm glad you asked that question. It's going to be a single 4-lane bridge. It'll be one structure, 4 lanes. It will not be twin bridges like you see now. It will be a one bridge that's 4 lanes, plus 4 feet on each side in each direction to accommodate bicycles, plus 4 feet of paved shoulder. So it'll have 2 travel lanes in each direction, and bicycle lanes, so to speak, and paved shoulder on each side. Now, what will be in the middle? There'll probably be some sort of barrier, like a little wall or something. I'll have to double check on that. I don't know the exact design, but it's going to be a 4-lane bridge. That's the bottom line.
Okay.
So when it's all said and done, you'll still have 2 lanes going each direction, but it'll be one structure and not 2 separate bridges. Having 2, it's easier to maintain one instead of 2. When you have 2 bridges, it can actually cause erosion problems. During floods, it can cause some erosion problems more when you have 2 bridges side by side instead of having only one, for instance.
And will it go right there where the bridges are now, where it'll be located?
Yes. Exactly. So what it would be is we would demolish the northbound, which is closed to traffic. We would demolish that. We would start building the bridge where the northbound is. And then what would happen is, once literally about half of it is built, we would shift traffic onto the new portion of the bridge. It would still be a 2-way traffic pattern until we build out. And then we would demolish the southbound bridges once we shifted traffic onto the newly built portion of the new bridge with only 1 lane in each direction. Then we would demolish the southbound bridges, which would then create room to build out the rest of the single new bridge. And then ultimately, when it's completely built, we would open up the 2 lanes in each direction. So there's going to be, unfortunately, a 2-way traffic pattern going over the Cato River for the next 3 years.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. I hope that helps.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
we'll go from there.
All right.
Thanks, Charlotte.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.